Heyo. What's up, guys? Let's make sure. I think we have everything set up. Hopefully the audio's not fucked like last time. What's up? How we doing today? I just finished some oatmeal. I'm feeling good. Karlik, what's up, dude? Looking forward to Parasite Mutant. You have two more days. By the way, the last stream I was talking about how my Parasite Mutant video would come out today, but I got mixed up because we were talking about work weeks versus 7-day weeks, and then I was like, yeah, I wanted to release a video in 2 weeks, and then I'm thinking in terms of 2 5-day weeks, like work weeks. Anyways, yeah, so you have a couple days. Hey, Chip Chap's back. What's up, dude? By the way, I checked out your channel. I watched your video on Silent Hill's music, and to get an idea of the kind of content you create. And honestly, when you asked me for advice, I was expecting it to be really amateur, but it's not fucking bad at all. You seem to have a pretty solid understanding of like scripting. I would say you're in the beginning of learning how to speak into a microphone. But one thing I would say for sure, and I'll get back to you on Twitter and give you like a full breakdown, but mic placement sounds like it would definitely help you out. Like how my microphone is sort of catty corner to the side of my mouth. That way I don't plosive into it. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But other than that, man, like I was pretty surprised. I was expecting, I guess when people usually come to me for advice, it's people who don't know how to create content yet, but it seems like you do, which is dope, dude. Okay. What are we doing? Oh yeah, Parasite Eve. Hold on 1 second. Let me change inputs. All right, we're in that. Any chance I could visit you and Joe someday? Yeah, if you ever come to Tokyo, we'll definitely meet up. I've met up with a bunch of people in chat. It's fun as hell. We love it. I'm excited. I got a keyboard in the mail, or a keyboard kit, more like it. Stoked on this. Neo 65. It's the newest Neo 65. It is a fucking beefy chonker of an aluminum chassis, solid gasket mount options. I'm very excited. I've never had a full aluminum chassis keyboard before. I've always done plastic. All right, let's switch over to... There we go. Hell yeah. You guys tell me if the audio isn't mixed properly, because, you know, I fucking hate that. Divic87 says, I'm in Tokyo next year. Word. Hell yeah, dude. Shoot me a DM on Twitter. I'm usually free most days, so I would imagine it wouldn't be a problem working out a time. Let me fuck with this bad boy. Can we? Hey, there we go. I would say we're good now. That's my opinion. Do I live in Japan? Yes, I do. I live all up in Japan. People always label media wrong. They call anything with a hint of horror in it survival horror. I have a theory. I believe that survival horror has sort of taken on a colloquial meaning for people, and it's like any horror game of a certain level of quality. Like a very good horror game, people just say survival horror. It's strange to me, but I mean, you know, it is what it is. Let me switch to D-pad mode on my thing. For some reason lately, when my Bluetooth adapter on my PS1 starts up, it wants to start up in analog mode, which is weird. Favorite TV shows of all time. All right, good. Okay, yes. We could do that. All right. Favorite TV shows. I think Ghost in the Shell standalone complex, if we're including anime, gets both the first and second gig fucking amazing. Outside of that, True Detective is one of the best dramas I've ever watched in my entire life. Just fucking incredible. What else do we have? Let's see. Right now, I'm watching The Pit, which is a fucking killer medical drama. It's like ER on crack. It's a little bit less personal drama than ER, if any of you are old enough to remember ER. A little bit less personal drama, a little more fucking suspense. Very good stuff. I still haven't watched Chernobyl, which is fucked up because I'm a huge Stalker fan. So I should be watching Chernobyl. I need to for sure. Firefly. Summer Glau in that show is so good. Like such a fucking solid character. What else is good? Fuck. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I'm going to keep this in the back of my head though so I can come back to it. Japanese metal. There's some really great Japanese metal out there. I think Maximum the Hormone is probably the most obvious pick. There's a really good like shred hair metal adjacent band called Loudness. Loudness is very good if you get into hair metal, but very technical guitar stuff. In that same lane, there's Galnerius, which is really good shred adjacent hair metal, power metal kind of sound. Razor's Edge is really good, like skate punk, thrash metal. Really good shit. Who else is good? Right now, Cruelty is some solid, like, 90s era death metal for sure. Cruelty is very good. Cruelty with a K. Have I ever watched Razor Fist? Yeah. Me and him are friends on Twitter. He's a nice guy. Even back when I was a significantly smaller channel. I mean, I only have like half the subscribers he has. But even back when I had even less subscribers than that, he was always quick to interact with me on Twitter, which I thought was like, you got no bit, man. You're so much bigger than me. You know, I had like 1,000 subscribers and he had like 200,000 or something like that. And it was really nice. Like I would just be talking about something. Like I'd talk about the band Dark Throne, and he'd just jump in and be like, "Yo, I like this album," and I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" Yeah, he seems like a nice guy. Farscape. You know, I never got into Farscape, but I did get into what's that other space drama? It was a little more recent. Me and my wife were really into it. It's going to kill me now. The Wire is very, very good. I like The Wire a lot. Isn't ER more like a hookup drama? No, I think you're thinking of, what's that other one? It's like named after a guy or something. It has Patrick Dempsey in it, I think. Fuck. I'm not able to think of anything right now. Grey's Anatomy? Grey's Anatomy. I think that's what you're thinking of. That's more of like a hookup relationship type of deal. Expanse. Yes, Expanse was very good. Thank you, by the way. Also, hot take. I think the Silent Hill 2 remake is as bad as non-Team Silent games. They miss so much of the point of the original. You know, I mean, it's fair in the sense that, like, yeah, I mean, you have an opinion, nothing wrong with that. But I feel like, and this could be a sort of bias that comes from having played so many bad Western Silent Hill games. But Silent Hill 2, for me, did such a good job of recreating Silent Hill 2's gameplay in a way that was really true to the original vision, which is something that we haven't had in so long. I mean, if you look at Homecoming and Downpour, the most, what's the word, like accurate survival horror gameplay you could get out of a post Team Silent game would be Origins, and even there you had like full control over when you did and did not go to the other world. There was still a lot of stuff there that I give it praise all the time, but it's like tempered praise. Damn, that is good. Okay. And then we'll use a tool to transfer that over, which will free up 2 slots. Hell yes, dude. We're living. We got this going. We're good. Yeah, SP for sure, right? Thank you. I would like to take this. No, I want you to go to the CR vest, right? Yes? I always get confused about this. I'm retarded. Okay. Yes. Good. I know. I've still not seen the Silent Hill movie. I'm sort of in a position where like I'm not, it'd be one thing like with the Raccoon City movie. I had at least a bit of hope that it could be good. There was some sort of a mystery there. It was up in the air. It could be terrible, but you never know. Return to Raccoon City might be not Return to Raccoon City. I forget what it's called. But it seemed like potentially it could be good. With this movie, it's so guaranteed that it's not, that I'm not interested. Silent Hill 4 is a go. See, that's so many people love that game, and I've tried to give it a chance so many times, and man, I really just have never clicked with Silent Hill 4. There are moments where I will, and I'm running through it, and I'm like, okay, I'm jamming with it, and then I have to return to the apartment to drop all my items off, and it requires 4 load screens in between, and it's like, okay, 4 load screens to get to my item box is a little much. Jared, my liege, please revisit the Dead Space retrospective and do a video on Dead Space Severed. Severed? I don't know if I'm familiar with Dead Space Severed. Let's see. Oh, the DLC. Okay. All right, might be worth it. That might be fun. It would be cool to just replay those games in general. It would be nice to have an excuse to make another Dead Space video. I kind of don't want the P8 though. I mean, it's not really that great. When will you remake this masterpiece, boss? Oh, Parasite Eve? That might be coming sooner than you think. I am real seriously considering taking another stab at Parasite Eve. As a matter of fact, I wanted to use these streams to capture footage, but I was running into this problem with having 2 instances of OBS open because I don't want to record with the app that I'm streaming on because I use Streamlabs OBS. And there's no support for chapter markers in that. I like to use mainline OBS because you can use the it's like a hybrid MP4 or hybrid MP4. And what you could do is set up a hotkey to create a chapter marker. So if I get to a cutscene or I do something really cool in a fight, things that I want to put in a video, I have it mapped to my delete key. And then when I take that video and put it into DaVinci Resolve, I have all these chapter markers on the video file that, I can go to. It makes cutting footage down really easy, and I can't do it in Streamlabs OBS, which is frustrating. Nobody cares about this. I don't know why I talk such shit about nobody cares. Yeah, the P8 is not necessary in the least. But we can, however, grab its attributes. Yeah, that's probably worth it, right? Honestly, what would be great is to have a fucking just a hardcore pistol run. I always end up running pistols towards the end, but maybe now I can... Finally caught one of your streams. I had no hope for the new movie as I saw the trailer. Exactly. I saw the stills for the trailer and I was like, nope. Ultrus, do you have a Discord server? I do. Sadly, it is a supporter only type of deal. I created that because I knew that I didn't have much to offer people, because I don't like the idea of creating content for supporters only. It just doesn't sit right with me. I understand that, you know, it's kind of the standard and people don't really care that much if I do it, but it's just like a personal thing. So I thought maybe instead of creating content that only supporters could see, I could just have a Discord server so that if you're nice enough to support the show, the channel, whatever, then it makes sense that you might maybe have a faster line of direct communication if you ever wanted to talk or suggest things. A lot of times supporters will be really vital when I'm doing research for a retrospective. People may have had experience with like a beta version of a game or have a knowledge base that I just can't, you know, touch. So the Discord's really great in terms of that, getting a hold of maybe demos that are out of circulation, stuff like that. I did not expect having a Discord server to be so helpful in those terms, which is very cool. What do you do for work in Japan? Are you a teacher? Blackbird, I don't work in Japan. I'm still a YouTuber here in terms of making money, but my wife is enrolled in college, and because we are married, I have a spousal visa through her. I have tattoos on my hands and neck, so I doubt very much I'd be hireable as a teacher here. That's all right, though. I knew that was going to be the case when I got the tattoo, so it's not like I'm bitter or anything. Oh, all right. I didn't know you streamed. For whatever reason, YouTube would never show it. You know, honestly, it seems like, and this is potentially... because Guardian Beardwiser was saying earlier in the chat as well that he actually got a notification for the stream, and he interacts often, so...
Definitely outing myself as an autistic, but what's your thoughts on the Sonic games? Also, is the remake of Shish 2 any good? No spoilers, please.
I think it is really... First off, thank you very much for the $5 chip chat. Very much appreciated. I think SH2 is very good. I think it's worth playing. I think that there are certainly downsides. It can be very combat-centric sometimes. There are some scenes where delivery is far... of a far lesser quality in terms of acting than I would typically like. But there are also some scenes that I think play out better. I think overall the soundtrack of Silent Hill 2 Remake is a pretty across-the-board downgrade, even though it is Akira Yamaoka returning to do the music. As far as Sonic goes, you know, most platformers, Sonic included, they're just games I play. You know what I mean? It's just like, you know, I booted up to Mister. I'm bored. Maybe I'll start up a game of Sonic 2. Great soundtracks. Absolutely love the music in the first two Sonic games. Not super familiar with 3 or CD. Outing myself. What was I saying before, though? Oh, yeah. Anyways, yeah. So it seems like maybe YouTube might be lessening up on its punishment of me, because people are starting to comment on my videos. Hey, I actually got notified for this one. So, you know, things may be moving in a good place. Now, the real question, do you know any Japanese baddies with real low standards? Honestly, and this is going to sound, how can I phrase this? Japanese women are very much interested in foreigners. Like when, Carl, like I know I believe you're in the UK. It's here in America, there's this sort of phenomenon that will happen where, let's say a guy from France comes and learns a bit of English, but keeps French affectation in his speech and his accent. Women will find a man from Europe to be so attractive just based on the, what's the word? The exoticness of his background and maybe his accent and stuff. That's how it is with foreigners in Japan. Women find foreigners just sort of attractive baseline, which is pretty crazy to think about. But a lot of the times it's women who would like to cheat on their husbands or something. So there's a bit of a downside in that sense. But I find that most men who move here, I personally, this is something, I don't think people should come here specifically to meet women, but if you come here and you're social, you're probably going to meet a really pretty girl who likes you. Potentially get a visa, get married. Karlik over here gifting memberships. Thank you very much, dog. Much appreciated. Yeah, I think if you come here and you go to a couple of like social spots, bars, Japanese people in general tend to really open up when alcohol gets involved. They speak a lot more English when alcohol is involved as well, which is interesting. But yeah, I think it's pretty easier than baseline to come over here and meet a nice girl that would like to share a bit of time with you versus maybe in your country, because you're like everybody else there. But here, foreigners are very different. I mean, you got to think about it. The population in Japan is like 97% Japanese, 96, something like that. So when someone sees a foreigner here, it actually is it's different, it's interesting, it's new. And sometimes that might be enough of an in for somebody who normally wouldn't go up and approach a stranger, but someone might at that point. You know what I'm saying? Dope Shark is now a member thanks to Karlik. Hell yeah, dude. You could join the Discord now. Okay, well, let's move out of here, Daniel. I'm from Serbia. I'm crying. My eyes hurt. Thank you so much for streaming. This is great. Hot plus flop. Happy to have you, dude. This is as much catharsis for me as it is for anybody else. I love Parasite Eve. I like just shooting the shit with people. This is, like it used to be. You used to just sit in the living room with your friends and you talked shit and had fun and played a video game in the background. And streaming has kind of brought that back in a sense. It's just this is like the largest living room ever. Was there like 100 people in here? Oh yeah, Goji Shay for sure. I specifically left it open because right now Carmela's sleeping in she has a big 3-story cat house and it's pushed right up against a sliding glass window so she can get her sun. But if she ends up feeling a little frisky, I got it set up. Don't worry, you're taken care of. I don't think we can go to Soho yet, right? Oh, we got another Serbian in the chat. Hell yeah. I'll be lurking, going to record some footage myself. Kiss your cat. Absolutely. Oh, wait, we're in Soho now. I'm an idiot. Okay. Hell yeah, dude. Just got my Outbreak set up. Let's get a session going. Say less. I have a folder on my desktop of Outbreak just ready to go. Daniel, can we? I know I can get into this car without speaking to you, right? Or maybe not. Love to meet you at a convention or something. Sucks being on the No fly. You're on the no fly list? Really? Damn, that sucks, dude. I was about to say, yeah, I meet up with people here in Tokyo all the time, but that's not going to help you any, I guess. I'm from the Mitten? What is the Mitten? It's so fucking cold. Yeah, I've been noted in America, there's a wild cold front going on. Oh shit, you can... And the online works on Series S? Yo, that's sick as fuck. I didn't know that console emulation worked. I knew there was a PC fork that got online working. That's sick, dude. Oh, Michigan. I got you, Michigan. My wife's from Michigan. She was born just a bit south of Detroit. PE is the chill game to stream. It is 100% chill as fuck. Yeah, it's been cold here in Tokyo, but it's just marginally cold. It's really not bad at all. You guys are fucking going through it. I'm seeing like people, the snow is stacked up to the top of cars and shit. That's wild. Are you going to go for the Chrysler building in this playthrough? Yeah, probably. If we get to that point. It depends on how long we stream this for. Because you know how it is. I get bored. Solidin Gaming. It's a weird cold blast. Orlando, Florida is colder than Juneau, Alaska today. No way. Dude, that's wild. Also, I miss Orlando. I haven't been there in a bit. I have some good friends up there. It sucked getting into hardcore living where I was in South Florida and Naples, because every time we wanted to go to a show, it was literally, we would have to drive 2.5 hours to Orlando, maybe 3 depending on traffic, and then 2.5 hours back. It's like 5 hours to go to a fucking hardcore death metal show. I mean, we did it, but we didn't like it. Certainly don't want the zoo key. 2 revives are a little overkill. That's probably not necessary. Stick with 1 tool. I would take the cold going through heat. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm that kind of guy too. I'll take cold over heat any day of the week. You can always put more clothes on or turn a space heater on. There's not a similar effect for when it's hot. You just gotta sit in it. You know what I mean? It's just such an uncomfortable feeling versus being cold, where it's like I could remedy that and then feel good. But when it's hot, you're just kind of like, ugh. Did you see the RE9 preview? Or are you trying to? Yeah, I'm trying to avoid it. I'm hearing stuff from people and I'm liking what I'm hearing, but I would like to jump into that game knowing as little as possible, which is already kind of hard because there's so much information out there. And I do have a Twitter account, so it's not like I can avoid most of it. Cold is depressing. The summer's so full of life. You know, I living in South Florida, the summer was so dreadful for me. And here's the thing too, this is probably a little TMI. I have really bad fucked up skin.
That depends on how cold. Felt like -25 for like a week.
That's true. I've never lived in a place, it's always been more moderate for me. So I can't speak from personal experience in terms of places where like Michigan or New York or something like that. But living in South Florida during the summer, it gets so fucking hot there. And I have really fucked up skin, and it was really bad when I was a teenager. I've grown out of it for the most part, but I would get these really gross like rashes. Sometimes it would be heat rash. Sometimes it would be because I'm allergic to certain types of fabric softeners or laundry detergents. I would be allergic. I'm allergic to certain types of metal and stuff, and they would cause like rashes to form. And then when you would get hot, those rashes form on top of sweat, like your pores. So when you would sweat, your rash would sting, and it was really fucking. It's a gross thing. It makes me feel sick to my stomach talking about it. But living in South Florida, I have that association in my mind, that gross, nasty feeling. So in the winter, that's not something that's as much of a problem. And I've always looked at the winter as pretty. I kind of see it the way that most people look at the summer. It's cold out. The air feels not so thick and heavy. And I tend to be in a better mood during the winter. Is summer in Japan as beautiful as the movies / anime depict it? I'll tell you, here in Tokyo, it gets fucking hot. That's one thing where some of the more accurate anime will show people just sweating buckets during the summer. That is very much accurate. It is beautiful, though. It's gorgeous. I would say springtime is probably the best here, because you've got stuff like when the sakura bloom in around April, I think. It's gorgeous. But this country is beautiful no matter what season it is, to be honest with you. It really is like an anime here. What countries did you visit besides Japan? I've never been anywhere except for America and Japan. I've never even visited my home country of Cuba. I'm fucked up. Are you going to make your way out to the States to visit anytime soon? That's a good question. I was thinking about it. Maybe this year. I think this year I might plan a trip, go see some family. My buddy's the lead singer of a band called Pieced Up in South Florida, and they're having their final show this year. It'd be nice if I could go for that. Yeah, I love the part where Leon goons all over the zombies and says, "How's that for a refresher?" Also loved when he does the bedroom tango with 801. The bedroom tango is really fucking good. Dude, the fucking bedroom tango. You should come to Brazil sometime. It's really hot, though. See, I believe that. All I know of Brazil is Max Payne 3, though. And what's that one movie? Something of God. It's not God. Children of. What the fuck is it called? That really good movie. Oh, with like the kids growing up in the favelas and fucking shooting each other and shit. Something of God. City of God. Thank you. Yes, that's it. Yeah, everybody knows it. Do I play any fighters? Yeah, actually, I've been thinking about picking up Street Fighter 6 lately. I was heavy into 5. I have a fucking strong Mika. Like, I'm confident in my Mika. Footsie's not so great, but I have corner pressure you couldn't fucking imagine with Mika. The only problem is when I play fighting games, I like to play characters that I like have some sort of a, sometimes you play a character and it just feels right. Like their normals just feel good, and their personalities and the look and everything just kind of fits well for you. I don't play based on tier list or anything. I just pick up a character that looks and feels good. And I've played a couple of characters in 6, and even Cammy doesn't feel quite right. I had a decent, like an okay Cammy in Street Fighter 5. I like the ballerina chick who has a bunch of command grabs. I got into like rush down grappler type characters because of our Mika, but I haven't found anyone in 6 that I thought would be solid. I'd like to play Terry though. I'm gonna give Terry a solid chance. The SF6 scene in Japan is amazing. Yeah, I mean, really any game here. You pick like in King of Fighters 98 has a crazy scene here. It's wild. These motherfuckers will get together. They'll form, like, there's locals here in where I live in Nakano, and they're playing some Melty Blood, that Sailor Moon pre-rendered sprite fighter. I think it was on the PS1. No, not much of an MK fan, Goji Shea. Something about having a block button didn't do it for me, but I will say I really got into what's the DC one? Injustice. The first one was really fun. The second one was a lot more refined, and I really got into Black Canary in that game. I had a fucking mean Black Canary. Best RE inspired RPG. I would 100% agree with you. It certainly hasn't been knocked off of that list. I'm deep in SF6 Master Geef. Oh no, Geef, come on. I don't know anything about Geef in 6, but I feared him for the longest time in 5. Until I picked up Mika, and then it kind of became a joke. Geef was so easy to handle as our Mika. You just can't jump in ever. Like if you jump in on a Geef in Street Fighter 5, keep in mind this is years ago, back when I was Super Gold. I think it goes Super Gold, Ultra Gold, then Diamond. So I was pretty close to Diamond, but I could never quite get out of Super Gold long enough to stay. Yo, David's in the house. Thank you very much for the gifted memberships, my man. Hell yeah. Now Death Moss is a fucking member. Welcome. Yeah, you know the thing is Mika had that that ground slide, her down heavy kick was unstoppable because Geef is always doing lariats, and even if you didn't get the sweep on that and just got in close enough, you could do a rope throw into like EX, her like butt bounce or whatever. A forest is my home says, how you doing, Jared? Things going okay in life? Hope this year's all right. So far, so good, actually. I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. I have a plan that I'm trying to execute. Damn Mika. Exactly, dude. I was one of them. Once I got you in the fucking corner, I had so many options. It was insane. Because what I could do is fake a jump in. And for example, if you're playing a Shoto, immediate even in Super Gold, people's instinct is to still like fucking wake up Shoryu, like it immediately on knockdown. So I could bait a jump in, and I'll like get out of a crouch real quick and then crouch and block, and then once I have you there, I could rope throw you up against the corner, uppercut into the air, and then I could either drop down what's her face, I forgot her goddamn name, her assist, or hit you in the air with the fucking EX air command
anime recommendation. Also, I highly recommend Samurai Champloo if you like Cowboy Bebop. Oh, and your old pancake video is peak.
Pancake? That had to be a tie. Thank you for the $5 again, Chip Chat, by the way. Anime recommendations. Ooh, do I have anime recommendations? I really, really enjoyed Champloo, although the story could have been more focused. It suffered from the same thing I think Cowboy Bebop suffered from, where you have like 6 or 7 episodes of strong character-based stories, and then the rest is kind of like filler. Yeah, I got some anime recommendations for sure, though. I'm watching Fire Force right now, trying to get to season 3. Fire Force is very good. It's very stupid, but the fights, the animation, oh, incredible. And it's the same animation style as Soul Eater, if you get into that. Street Fighter 4 was your jam? I think 4 is what got me to start thinking about fighting games competitively. I played 4 online during the early days on PS3, and it was like Ken, Geef, Dhalsim all fucking day, and I couldn't stand it. And this was before Ultra. So yeah, that was a tough time for me. That was a really tough time. But once Ultra came out, I got pretty good with Sakura and what's his face, Dudley from Third Strike. I really like Dudley in 4, even though he wasn't. I don't remember him being mega high up in any tier list. He was very fun to play. Oh yeah, David's asking how's Carmela's great, man. She's a little fucking bundle of joy. All right, anime recommendations for Chip Chap. I think Hunter x Hunter It's one of those. It's kind of an in between. It's not One Piece with a trillion episodes or like Naruto or anything like that. But there's a lot of episodes, and it starts off very happy-go-lucky in a lot of ways, and it transforms into a more mature story, and it gets higher stakes. And by the last arc in the Hunter x Hunter anime, it is fucking dude. And I my wife watching the final episodes of the arc with Meruem in it, my Josephine was brought to like genuine and honest tears. It was I've never seen an anime be as emotionally effective as Hunter x Hunter. Paprika was a really cool movie, very visually interesting. I like that animation style too. Very fluid. Jinro the Wolf Brigade, fucking amazing. There's a really good Blu-ray transfer of that too. Jinro was kind of towards the end of the era where anime was being hand-drawn, so you could actually see details and stroke weight with pencils and stuff like that. Jinro on Blu-ray is fucking maron. Did I end up completing Alone in the Dark? No, I figured I would probably make a video on it, so I didn't want to play it anymore. I wanted to like make the rest of it fresh, you know what I mean? I only watched a few episodes of Akame ga Kill. It didn't grab me at the start, but to be fair, I was watching it on the second monitor, so. I think this is a pretty mainstream pick, but I would say Full Metal Alchemist, either normal or Brotherhood, are both great. They kind of both have their own identity. Ideally, you'd watch both of them. That's what I did. I pretty much watched both back to back. Very good stuff. I think this is gonna fucking sound wild. I think one of the best animated motion pictures ever is Fatal Fury, the motion picture. I would recommend that for the music, the animation styles. It's really interesting. So the movie isn't just one animation style. They cycle through, I think, 5 different animators, and it is just it's so good, dude. Very, very good stuff. Nitaro is my aim for old age. Not asking for much, just the power to shatter skyscraper. Yeah, we all want it. Never actually gave Mushishi a try. I know that that's like mega popular though. Yeah, it was something that was really common. Noah Holliston. Yeah, like back in the day, you used to see videos. I'm a big motion picture guy, so a lot of my favorite stuff is like Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust, Robot Carnival. Oh my God, Robot Carnival. Listen, Chip Chap. If we're talking anime that can really get to you, Robot Carnival, dude. It is so fucking good. And for a lot of the it's one of those what is it called when a bunch of different animators come together and do shorts, like a compilation type thing, and the theme is futurism, robotics, transhumanism, stuff like that, basically, right? And each short, for the most part, is like its own self-contained story, kind of like Love and Robots, but a lot of them are very much focused on like music, and some of them don't even have voice acting. Very good stuff, dude. My wife's a huge Trigun fan. I'm not as big on it, but I will admit she has made it grow on me for sure. Anthology, thank you. Yes, Lemon Puncher, that's it. Anthology anime. Appleseed, I like because Shiro Masamune's art is fucking amazing. Ooh, Ergo Proxy, dude, fuck yes. The middle can drag ass really hard, but the start and the end of Ergo Proxy, oh, solid stuff, dude. Really good intro song, too. Pat Labor, for sure. The motion pictures specifically, yes. Bananas and Pajamas. David, Josine sings that fucking theme song. You have no idea how many times throughout the day. Gantz is fun. I don't know if it's something that I'd be like, yeah, you have to see Gantz, but it's definitely fun. A lot of cool shit going on in Gantz. I think one of the breakout kind of, it's not like, it's sort of like an OVA, really good motion picture called Kite, Kite. There's some fucked up subject matter in it that you might have to choose to or not to look past. But it is incredibly fluid animation style. It's from the guy who did Mezzoforte. Very fucking cool, like action, assassination shit. Very deeply introspective shit going on. Very good stuff. Isn't Kite kind of hentai too? There's the US version of it that only has like a brief bit of nudity, but there is some like actual sex in the Japanese version. Kite's hentai really good. It's, you know, honestly, I grew up with the version you could rent at Blockbuster, so I never got to see any of the gang rape scenes. But also if you're into hentai, it's really good hentai. It's just fucked up. Oh yeah, that's right. We need a key. The character is supposed to be like a high schooler, so don't watch it if you're not feeling that shit for sure. Visually, she looks like she's like rounding 25, so it's not what it sounds like, I promise. Very, very cool. Like, I would understand fast forwarding through the sex parts just to enjoy the action. The story's really good. It's pretty well written. And it's definitely, it makes an impact for sure. It's very good. Oh, Cyber City Oedo is so fucking good. They do like their octopoidal sex. I didn't know that was a word. Creepy old man taking advantage of his assassin girl. I've only seen it in Kusoyaro's music video. You know, they what's her face? Gwen Stefani, I think ex-boyfriend. Her music video referenced that. Kite. Urotsuki Doji. No, I've never fucked around with that. I've heard about it. You know, you hear stuff all the time. I've just never watched it. I thought it was like just straight up hentai, but some people are saying it has a story. And Tokyo Gore Police, yeah. It's Tokyo Gore Police is definitely something. I'm more of a Robo Geisha guy myself, but I still remember going backstage at a Rob Zombie concert talking for like 45 minutes with him about Blue Gender, Fist of the North Star. Dude, fuck, what a story. Hell yeah. Blue Gender is fucking crazy good. That's the anime you show to people when you want to convince them that it's a medium that adults can enjoy. Oh wait, hold on. Did I read? Oh, I'm sorry, not Blue Gender. I was thinking No, I was thinking of what's fucking the one about the actress. Millennium actress, something blue. Blue Gender's great though. What a great fucking opening song. I love Blue Gender, but the animation is kind of like spotty throughout the series. Perfect Blue, thank you very much. Thank you. Rob Zombie's a huge anime buff. You know, I would expect that of him, yeah. Yeah, Blue Gender does fuck hard. There's no doubt about it. There is something oddly weird about the bugs' vital points looking like vaginas, but I mean, it is what it is, dude. What are you going to do? Gunsmith Cats is so fucking good. My wife has like a deep love for Gunsmith Cats. She has a video called, she has a channel called PB and Joe, and she did a video on Gunsmith Cats and how much she loves it. And I think it's a really good video. She's really embarrassed about it now, and she never wants anybody to watch it. I refuse to let that happen. Angel Cop for the voice acting, more like it, did. For the English dub specifically. Okay, I haven't gotten the key yet. Bubblegum Crisis. I think Bubblegum Crash is my preference, but if I'm going to be totally honest, I'm going to come out and say it. I'll put it on the table. Bubblegum Crisis Tokyo 2040. Love it. Oh, you watched her video on Berserk, Goji? Hell yeah, dude. She very much does not like telling people about that channel. Which is dumb, because it's like she really put a lot into that stuff, you know? She really fucking got out there and expressed herself creatively. But she's so easily embarrassed, that's the problem. Oh, okay. I didn't know that these were random drops. I'm down with that, alright. Yes, I did watch the Madhouse DMC anime, and I think the best part about it was its intro song, which I had on a playlist for years and years and years. Very good stuff. Did not like the anime quite so much, though. Why does the lizard dude waddle like he just shat his pants? He might have. Who are we to say? Smoking meth in the gym and watching you as we speak. You're doing it right. You're doing it right. Samurai Pizza Cats is fucking goated, dude. I remember watching those episodes as they were coming out. I used to wake up early before I went to school so I could watch Sailor Moon, Ronin Warriors, and Samurai Pizza Cats. They had like a triplet block, and I would have to wake up really early so that I could watch that and then still go to school when I lived in Miami. I watched it as a kid too. Hell yeah, dude. I think the 3-round burst is the killer for that gun. I feel bad scrapping it though. It was Torres's. Oh, dude, Techno Man. Hell yes. Dude, we got old heads in the chat today. That's a fucking banger of an intro song for the American version of Tekka Man Blade. Forget about it, dude. Hell yes. I really like Techno Man a lot. And also the animation was pretty fucking good. Yeah, I think, man, I don't want the 3-round burst for sure. I think... Let me talk to you. Yeah, okay. Let's see if we have... I mean, I might just take the fucking 1911. Let's put it in our inventory, see what it's like. Because, I mean, I like the range of the rifle, but I kind of like the quickness of having a pistol-only build. I mean, the Beretta would be nice. The M92F would be nice, but a 3-round burst, I think, is what takes it down. If we could get rid of the 3-round burst, that would be fucking ideal. But what if maybe 3-round burst for the Beretta is faster than 2-round for the M16? Oh, hold on. The 1911 was also 3? Okay. So that really makes the choice fucking easy. All right. So 1911 stats go into the M9. And let's jam the N16 in there as well. Fuck yeah. Okay. Here's what we're going to do right now. We're going to build ourselves a gun. Okay, so right now we want to equip the 1911. Oh no, the M9, the Beretta. And we're going to throw a shit ton of fucking items at it. Yeah, we're going to do that. That's how I saw Lane for the first time. You know, honestly, I never got into Lane, if I'm being totally honest. I know everybody loves it, and I like the vibe, but as like a story that you can watch all the way through, it just doesn't do it for me. That being said, I totally get why people enjoy it. And it's also very visually cool too, which you can't really underestimate. Goddamn, 1991 was a banger anime of rookie rally car driver, 3-episode OVA. Really? I never even heard of that before. That sounds sick as fuck. Toonami was your intro to anime. My intro to anime was very interesting. So Cartoon Network, sort of in its very early days, did this thing. This was back, by the way, when anime was called Japanimation. This is how far back this goes. But Cartoon Network had this thing called Saturday Anime, and they were advertising this for like 2 weeks before they did it. And the idea is like Saturday at midnight, they would play some like ultra sick anime. And it was Vampire Hunter D, Robot Carnival, and Twilight of the Cockroaches. I remember it like it was yesterday. And this was in the early 90s, like 90, 93, 94, something like that, right? I wanted to watch that so bad. They were hyping it so much. I was fucking pumped. And I got in trouble before it came on. And my parents were like, okay, like evil as fuck. They're like, we know that you're looking forward to this thing, so you're not allowed to watch that. And I'm like, no. So my uncle comes into the room late on Saturday. He's like, why you look so sad, you know? I was like, man, I really want to watch this thing, blah, blah, blah. And then my uncle was like, well, here, you just like come into my room. And because we, at the time, this was after Hurricane Andrew, and both of our families were living together. So he was like, yeah, well, I'll just put it on my TV. That way they won't think you're watching it in here, right? So I went in there and I watched 2.5 motion pictures worth of anime. And dude, that's what sold it for me. I was fucking in from that moment on. I was like sold on anime. Like, this is the best shit ever. From there, it was just moving on to like Sci-Fi Channel had Sunday. On Sundays they would air anime. I forget what they called it. Maybe Sunday Anime, something like that. Simple. But yeah, I fucking from then on I was in love. Love at first sight. No, I meant to go to the 1911. Oh, wait, no, yeah, fucking idiot, Jared. I'm not paying attention. Also, my allergies are bothering me, so I'm doped up on Benadryl right now, so. Yeah, dude, Sci-Fi Channel for sure. That's where I first watched Bounty Hunter Iria. God, Iria is so fucking good. Great fucking intro song, too. Also, one of the other reasons I recommended Kite is because it has this killer like jazz, like what is it? It's just a weird combination of jazz and like heavy, almost like rock drumming. It's so fucking good, dude. Kite's amazing. Oh, Dominion Tank Police for sure, dude. I love that, just that style of like late 80s, early 90s anime. It was so fucking fun. Nothing better. Dragon Half needs more love. You know, to be honest with you, I've never been a fan of like anime humor or like anime where like the characters would turn chibi nonstop during funny parts. For some reason, like when I first got into anime, I was like, this is serious. This is like, this is adult shit. You know what I mean? So Dragon Half never did it for me because it was too goofy. Here in Brazil, I think most people our age grew up watching DBZ for sure. Oh yeah, Saint Seiya was really big in Brazil. South America, like widely. That's crazy. Yeah, I think Sci-Fi Channel is where I first watched the Fatal Fury motion picture. There was this chick that would go around to anime conventions called Apollo Smile, and she hosted Sci-Fi's like anime motion picture block or something. That's how I first watched Galaxy Express 39, which, whew, amazing. Where I'm at here in Nakano, there's this place called Broadway, and they have this, they took it down, but they have this like full-size statue of Maytel out front. It was so fucking cool. Ed Z1624, what's up, dude? Fertile Fury. That's actually pretty good, Dave. That's not bad. Uruguay in here. DBZ, Saint Seiya, Captain Tsubasa. Oh, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, actually. Bomberman FX. Yeah. I watched that this morning when I woke up. I was like, oh, there it is. I know that the key to that locker is somewhere around here. Hey, Grab-a-Hassy, what's up, dog? When you first saw Street Fighter 2, did you see it with or without Chun-Li's shower scene? I saw it with because I rented it from Blockbuster, and it was uncensored. And I'll be honest with you, big fan. Big fan. Dude, that was stylish. Watch this. Before he even gets a chance. Got him. See, this is why you always pump into the AT bar. Always pump all of your points into AT bar. Only way to do it. Honestly, Boogie Pop James, that's understandable. Maytel was a fucking... And that style too. Also, she looked like a 70s like Cher beauty. You know what I mean? Like the long straight hair, the big eyes. Like she just like had that. It was so stylistically that animation. I loved it. Very, very good stuff. I never watched any of the other stuff from him. What's that one series? Harlock, Space Pirate Harlock. I never got into that too much. Oh shit, Technolize. Hell yeah. What's that guy's name? Nihei? Tatsuya Nihei? Technolize was good. I liked Biomechanical better. Captain Etoniazene? Okay, we'll go with Captain. Any background story as to how you wound up living in Japan? I'm Dutch and went there in 2018, Osaka, Tokyo, a few places. My then girlfriend, and it was amazing, but holy hell, it was expensive. Okay, so I guess the background is it's not very interesting in the sense that I wanted to live there since I was a little kid. Seeing like anime and seeing Japan represented visually, it just felt like a whole different world. And then of course, you know, it being in the media that I enjoyed so much made it feel just larger than life. You know what I mean? It felt, it's very hard to explain, but I was drawn to this place for a long time. And when YouTube started working out as a semi-reliable income, my wife also was very keen on the idea of moving to Japan. And I had already began to learn Japanese in my 20s. So, you know what? I'll tell you what, this is the backstory that actually is interesting. So when I got married to my wife, she was the one who was doing all the wedding planning and stuff, because that is not my forte at all. And she was going about doing it. And it was kind of stressful. You know, you have to like get a venue, and then you have to take care of seating, and maybe this person doesn't want to sit next to that person or whatever. It was kind of rough. And she goes, man, this is like, this is a lot of work. And honestly, she just wanted us to get married. She didn't want the whole fucking massive thing. So she goes, how about we take the money that we would have spent on a big wedding and we just travel to Japan? And that idea hit me like a ton of bricks because I'd wanted to visit Japan for like maybe a decade by that point. But the idea that I could just go there was like wild. It was like, yeah, you could just get up and go to that country. You could just do that. So I was blown away by that. And I was like, yes, that's what I would really, really like to do. So we went to Japan and essentially made this the place where our wedding ceremony took place. So we did our vows here and we got married in front of the Gundam statue in Odaiba. Very fucking cool. I don't think anybody else has done that before. We have some really nice pictures. And as soon as we got off the plane, got onto our very first train at Narita and took the train into Shinjuku. We stayed at the Shinjuku Prince Hotel. I think me and Josine both kind of shared a glance at each other. It was just like, it was one of those, it was almost like a filmic moment where we just sort of both went, yeah, like, I think this is it. And ever since then, her and I had been just gung-ho on the idea of living here, but we knew that it would be a lot of work. So I started going to college to get my bachelor's degree because neither of us had degrees. So I decided it would be on me. So I started going to college full-time. At the time I was working a full-time job as well, but also YouTube was starting to become like a potential career option. So I was also doing the YouTube thing. And by the time I had graduated college with my bachelor's degree, YouTube had become a full-time income for me, which is funny because I spent a lot of money on that fucking college degree. So now our thing is I live here and I make a majority of the money while my wife goes to college, which allows us to stay here. And when she also works part-time at her college, which is a really great in for when she graduates to have a full-time job and get a visa that way. So the roles got reversed a bit, but we ended up doing what we wanted. They've taken down the Gundam statue. They got rid of the one in Yokohama, but the one in Odaiba is still up. What is she taking, Jared, if you don't mind saying? She's trying to get a business degree right now. She's really enjoying the coursework, I mean, honestly. There's one thing that she really gets a kick out of, and it's the amount of writing she has to do. She started to learn like creative writing and stuff, and then like it's her opinion that it's going to help her with like script writing because she'd like to continue to do YouTube content creation stuff. Yeah, it is pretty awesome. I'm stoked for her. And she's making she's getting to meet a lot of like interesting people, you know, because me and her went to Japanese school for a year when we first moved here to learn the language. Because I'd known how to speak the language, but it was a very surface level type of knowledge. I didn't know how to conjugate verbs. A lot of sentence structure I was kind of not clear on and stuff, and I couldn't read at all. I could speak Japanese pretty well conversationally, but I couldn't read hiragana, katakana, or kanji. So when we first came here, we went to Japanese school, and it was really, really fun because we were hanging out with people from Russia and the Netherlands and Brazil and Spain. We have some friends in the neighborhood here from Spain that it's fucking awesome. I used to watch her Attack Up podcast. You should bring that back. Dude, I've been telling her for so long. I would love to do that again. We used to have so much fun. I think once she's finished with college and has more of a standardized schedule, her and I will probably end up doing something again like that. Am I playing on the OG PS1? I am. PS1's behind me. We have an HDMI mod, so you're getting pure digital video out. Yeah, real console hardware though. Dude, that Gundam store in Akihabara, damn, that place is overwhelming. Yeah, dude. Akihabara is overwhelming in general. Ever since tourism became so popular here after the pandemic, dude, Akihabara's been like fucking tough to navigate. Me and Josine don't really go there too often anymore because it's always so packed. But there's this kebab place called Star Kebab there. Whew. Son, let me tell you, if you're looking for a kebab, Star Kebab in Akihabara's got you. Have I ever played Galarians? Yes. Would I recommend it? That's a tough one. It can be very trial and error in a lot of ways. And unlike a lot of survival horror games, that's the type of game that you might get stuck halfway through the game and end up sort of soft locking yourself by not having very many resources or something. It's very cool. It's an interesting melding of like Resident Evil style survival horror mixed with a very mid-90s cyberpunk, dark gothic cyberpunk aesthetic. So it's certainly worth playing, but I think it's one of those games that if it ends up getting like really tough for you, there's no shame in being like, well, I enjoyed, you know, what I enjoyed of it, and then moving on. Yeah, that dollar to yen. That'll fucking do it. Which kind of... It's like part of me, because I live here and I want the economy to do well because I like this country and the people that live in it. But at the same time, I do sort of benefit because anytime I want to buy something that's really expensive, I'll just like use USD. I thought I have the storage key though. Okay, maybe it's... Hold on. Yeah, the sequel I wouldn't recommend. It's not even the same type of game. It's more like a third-person type of action deal. I remember I remember us sitting at that cafe and saying we were going to Akihabara the next day, and you said, don't even look at the schoolgirl bitches on the street. Yeah, they essentially prostitutes. Do you still have Parasite Eve on disc? Yeah. The only games... my collection I had to compress down to move here, so the only games I ended up selling were my Sega CD, my Saturn games, which sucked to part with. But also Saturn cases are the hardest to survive, a plane ride. Because what happened, me and my wife, we packed a bunch of boxes of stuff that so how we did this, it was kind of interesting. We packed up all of our stuff, the stuff that we would want to have here in Japan, clothes and things like that. We first moved to Japan with our suitcases and the essentials. Some clothes to wear. I built a little mini ITX enclosure for my editing PC so that I could continue to do YouTube while I'm here. And we brought just the essentials with us. And then we had these boxes that I asked my mom if we could keep them in her garage. And then like every 3 or 4 months, we would save up some money to ship that stuff over. And that's how I ended up getting my collection here. I can't, looking around, I don't see anything that I brought. But we shipped our figures to ourselves, my game collection, some console hardware, stuff like that. I am curious. Would it be worth it to transfer to the CM Vest 2? I would miss out on those criticals for sure. But the auto item is a pretty attractive. Maybe we should do it. This is the winter of not giving a fuck. How about that? Okay, so what we want to do is transfer these stats there. Yes. Good. And then we can just equip you. Yeah, okay. Good. While we're at it, slap some more into active time. Always AT. Never anything else. Oh yeah, Japanese Saturn cases are just regular CD style jewel cases, so much better. Hey, Belquito Fuerte, what's up, dude? Been a while. How you been? Best that has the auto potion is preferred if you're inexperienced. It's not even so much inexperienced, but like instead of wasting turns on items, I can just attack now. Can build up the base handgun in this to be very OP. Yeah, I'm gonna look for the shotgun in the museum and then transfer its multi-hit stuff to a handgun. But that's what I was deciding today is we're gonna transfer all of our good shit into handguns from here on out. If you sold off Lunar, we are done. No. I still have my Lunar Eternal Blue and Silver Star story in the cardboard boxes. My PS1 collection stayed almost untouched. I did end up selling Dragon Warrior 6, I think is the PS1 version. I had a couple of games that I ended up having to sell just to make a little bit of money to get over here, but for the most part, the PS1 collection was pretty much untouched. To be fair, though, there were a lot of RPGs in there that I just sort of like had because it was cool to have them, and I didn't necessarily play them very much. But hey, if you know the enemy attack patterns, you don't need items or auto potions. Yeah, that's true. You know what it is really? I talk about this in my upcoming Parasite Mutant video, but for some fights in Parasite Eve, it almost feels more like you're limited, not necessarily by the attack patterns of the enemy, but the camera angle placement and the arena. But I mean, it's not to a point where it's difficult. As a matter of fact, we were streaming this the day before yesterday, and I was kind of blown away at how easy it was. It's been like 2 years since I played this game, but I never found it to be quite so easy as it is now, but maybe I just never thought about it. Grabahassi says, Jared, I'm 35, single, childless, and despondent. Find me a cute Japanese girl who wants a green card. Oh, so you're trying to bring them to the States instead of come here? I think a lot of Japanese people don't really like the idea of moving to America because it is kind of like dangerous compared to even Tokyo. Even the hardest parts of Tokyo, like Kabukicho, or what used to be really a nasty part was Ikebukuro. It's nothing compared to America. So a lot of people are kind of scared of America, and you know, rightly so. Coming from South Florida is like, you guys are not like, this is not a fucking wild expectation of yours that something bad might happen to you in America. This isn't a great time for immigrating into this. Yeah, exactly. She might get iced. No, I don't think so. I think Japanese people are so unlikely to immigrate to America illegally or overstay their visa or anything like that. I would imagine there's not very much attention in terms of immigration enforcement on Japanese people specifically. Which, you know, to be fair, you can make a comment about some sort of like prejudice going into that. I would choose to argue statistical realism, but that's just me. Yo, TKO Sam shows up. What's up, dog? How you doing? Can you sell me your copy of Parasite Eve when you're done with it? No, I could never. Most of my PS1 games are originals that I've had since I was a kid. So I gotta stick with it, dude. I can't. Japanese 20-year-old want to marry you for citizenship to USA. What are you saying? Women go missing in Japan more often than America. I haven't looked at that specific statistic, but I would say anything else would be more likely to happen in America. Things like maybe violent attacks, sexual assault, stuff like that. And listen, I'm not trying to battle. I fucking love America. It's an incredible country. I absolutely love America. I love all my friends and family there. I love Japan too. I'll probably end up staying here for, the rest of the time that I physically can. But there's no doubt that you have to be a little harder in America. But it also helps that I feel like pretty much everybody should be legally carrying a firearm in America. And I'm very much pro firearm ownership, which is what makes it so hard living here in Japan. I had to sell all my guns when I moved here. But there's a lot of people in Japan who wouldn't even want to own a firearm. And you know what? That's fair. If you don't want to, for sure. I don't think anyone should be forced to at all. But I think probably not most areas in America. A lot of the areas that a Japanese person might be willing to go to in America, the more populated cities and stuff, they're going to be more dangerous than any spot here in Tokyo, without a doubt. So even my friends in the hardcore scene who, they enjoy like violence and violent music and stuff. Even them, they're like, no, I don't think I'd want to live in America. I'm like, that's fair, dude. I get it. I might as well let him do his fireball. No, he's not gonna? All right. There was a third PE game called The Third Birthday.
Man. My go-to for survival horror knowledge. Cheers.
Hey.
Keep up the great work.
Slater Rabbit, thank you so much, my man. Very much appreciated. What a sweetheart. Guns are badass, that's true. And so is suicide. Suicide's badass. Fuck, this VOD's getting taken down for sure. What have you been up to, Sam? Anything new going on? By the way, for those who don't know, Sam is one of the OG Tokyo YouTube heads. It's partly this motherfucker's channel, which you can click on there in the chat, that got me here. When I was working as a prep cook at a pub and doing security on the side, I would have my headphones in. I'd be listening to Sam's archived streams, him screaming gay boner at the top of his voice. And for those who don't know, you'll never get it. Are you junk farming? No. Okay, so here's the thing, Belquito Fuerte. That is a mechanic that I've heard people talk about, but I've never looked into myself. What is with the junk thing? Because I am not junk farming, but should I be? Just Take says, "Hey Jared, hope everything is well." It is. What's up, dude? How you doing? Doing good, dude. Just chilling, working on YouTube videos, retro watch parties on Twitch. It's good. Hell yeah, dude. Nothing better than a little dose of nostalgia. Not the doggo. Yeah, exactly. We got to pour one out for Shiva for sure. Rumor has it GTA Online will end with a big heist with the player character Michael Franklin, Trevor, to online Los Santos before moving into Vice City. Oh, that'd be kind of cool, huh? Okay, so junk farming allows you to make the best weapons in the game. It takes a while, and you need to have a good inventory space for it, but you discard junk with Torres, and he makes the best guns. Really? I was not aware of that. Fuck, I've been throwing away junk this whole time. Shit. Shout out to my friend. Oh, I fucking read it first. Dude, I read it first. I was ready to fucking say it, too. You're gonna have to wake up pretty early in the morning. Can't fuck with old Jared. Oops, I went the wrong way. Belkito, what do you think? Could I still be able to get a good amount of junk where I'm at here in the game, or would I had to have started doing it like back at the fucking Central Park area? At least 30 junk. Central Park and Museum are the best for farming locations, but Museum is more optimal because of the green geckos give good experience and junk. Fuck. I fucked up, dude. How's my January 2026? It's not bad, dude. Can't complain, honestly. I've got a lot of work fucking put in. I have been putting my nose to the grindstone. Back in the day when I lived in America, my goal was a release schedule of every 2 weeks. And I have it set up right now to where my last video, House of Necrosis, came out. This next video will come out in 3 days, which will be 2 weeks from House of Necrosis. And then I have another one that I'm editing right now, 2 weeks after that. Hopefully I should be able to finish either Max Payne or Ground Zero. The Max Payne video will be long. That'll be a 2-hour video for sure. But yeah, I'm trying to stay more consistent. And I think it's working because I'm getting a lot of comments from people, even here in this chat, saying like, hey, I actually got a notification for this, which is, you know, I was not, YouTube wasn't a happy camper with me. So I think we're trucking along pretty good right now, if I had to say so. Have you tried mailing stuff abroad with Up Dog? No, I haven't. Grab-a-Hassy, what's up, dog? Should put the junk in the trunk. That is constantly a problem of mine. Never putting enough junk in the trunk. And that's actually true because I have a legendarily small ass. It runs in my family. I got it from my dad's side of the family. Luckily, my wife's got enough for the both of us, so some to spare too. That's probably a bad idea because it's going to stagger me. Oh, good. All right. I was hoping it would one-shot him. All right. Belkito knows what's up. So here's a question. What do you think about where to put your BP? I say nothing, all AT all day. Where do you put your stuff? Wife ass equals happy bro. That's a fact, brother. Josine's got a fat booty and I'm in love with her and it. Pouring out for the small ass guys. Someone has to, bro. I really do have a Hank Hill butt. It's not even a joke. It's almost like you look at me and if you were looking at me pantsless, which would be a weird scenario, but if you were, it's almost like a deformity how small my ass is. I hate it. But sometimes when I'm squatting real consistently, it'll grow a bit, which is nice. Fuck. We're this far in the game, we already have the N-word jacket. Oh my god, that has so many... Okay, so we don't really need... Like Belkito was saying, we don't need the auto item necessarily. So maybe we could take all of our compiled stats from the CM vest, plop them on over to the... Oh, I kicked my subwoofer. And we're jacking you. No, yeah, I do want to move those. So yeah, a base of 34. Okay, sick. Sadly, we are still moving down on the critical fucking rate. We keep making downgrades in terms of criticals. Fuck. That's all right, though. Makes sitting for long periods painful. You know what? I actually don't have that issue, which is wild. I would assume that I do. I would, because my ass is so small, but this is such a fucking banger soundtrack. Anybody who says differently has to fight me. Yeah, I think a BBL is well earned. I think I deserve a BBL. I feel you. I hit 30 and my ass eroded away like a strip mine. That's a fucking interesting way to put it. Maybe it's because, you know, I tell you what, maybe it's because I don't have very much fat in my glutes, but I have a lot of muscle. Okay, let's see. I forgot about the hard save in the museum before the Statue of Liberty fight, so I had to raw dog Eve with just a sniper rifle, one armor piece. I couldn't reg in P fast at all. Interesting. Okay, where did you say? Okay, so you haven't. Oh yeah, I like my AT to be at least 35, but haste in the late game makes inventory a bit more worth it, and I try to have a weapon by late game to be 57 damage. I like my 91 damage crits. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, what are we at right now? AT's at 21. We're doing good, dude. Fuck yeah. I have an ass that doesn't quit. Dude, sick. Fucking throw it out there, bro. 30 junk. Man, I really wish I would have known about that before. I've heard it, like, Parasite Eve is one of those games that I'm sort of worried of ruining for myself, which is so stupid. But I don't want to, like, oh fuck, I'm stuck in a corner. I try not to min-max Parasite Eve because it is already such an easy game, but then there's also fun in farming for the what you call it, Chrysler building. So I think maybe I'm going to cover this game on the channel, and I think when I do that, I'll fucking go all out and just do it like a perfect build for all of my weapons, get my defense right, get my AT to the point where I'm attacking twice for every one turn an enemy has. If we ever meet, you can legit smack it, no homo. Dude, I appreciate that. That's a personal thing that you just promised me. That is true. Any RPG is farm worthy. You're not wrong. I don't trust Square to remake this. You and me both, brother. Art of Adval. Oh shit, what's up, man? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for dropping by. Stop spending time watching me stream and finish the game. I want to play that shit so bad. Just looking at your YouTube channel with like your like zombie melee animations and stuff has got me so fucking hyped. Weapons with spread damage are good in the museum because enemy mobility is insane. Yeah, I know there's a shotgun in there. I know about the museum shotgun, but I didn't know there was any other games or any other weapons in the game that had spread damage. It's in the testing phase. Dude, I can't wait. It looks so fucking sick. Very accurate PS1 visuals, which as a dork, I always appreciate. Don't get any better than that. I say this so often online, and I don't want it to like lose its meaning, but truly, just the idea that we would ever be in a point where there are so many survival horror games coming out that I don't have time to play them all. And it's like, even back when survival horror was at its peak of popularity, that was not true. It's so fucking incredible, man. Like, what a fucking time to be alive, dog. And, you know, you do not have to try very hard. You don't have to go back very far to find videos of me saying that the genre was dead, and that we should just let it die, essentially. So it's like, man, am I fucking stoked to be wrong about something. Tormented Souls is so good, dude. Hell yes. That is the correct opinion. I really had fun with Tormented Souls 2, and the one thing that I really wish I would have put in my video when I reviewed it was how the soundtrack, while not bad in and of itself, it's a perfectly serviceable soundtrack. But going back and watching my video on the first game and hearing its fucking incredible soundtrack, I really wish I would have covered that in my video. That's like a missed opportunity for me. And I don't think I'll have a lot of reasons to ever go back and record footage of Tormented Souls 2, so I'll never get to talk about it. Except for here on stream. My ass is disappearing into my gut. Yeah, dude, so my friends came and stayed with me for a month, and I was doing really good in terms of weight loss. I was down to like 215. But there's something about when people are here staying at my house, it breaks me off of my regimented diet, and I just can't keep up and maintain a diet when people are here, because like they want to eat at like dope restaurants and like go to Coco Curry every night. And I do too. So I ended up gaining a shit ton of weight while they were here, and now I'm paying for it. Fuck you. How did I get hit by that web and not get slowed? That's crazy. I just picked up Tormented Souls 2 on PS5. I haven't played it yet. It's really good. It's a fucking long survival horror game too, which I say is a compliment, not a negative. It's good stuff. Yeah, we might as well. We need that fucking extra crit evade. I just got back to the gym a month ago trying to get back to my 170 welterweight size from 190. It's going to be tough, but it's doable, man. That's definitely doable. I can lose 20 pounds in like 6 months. But I don't take my diet mega seriously or anything. I usually just use a tool to give the ice elemental grenade launcher spread damage. Oh, is that what that does? Fuck. I never knew that it does spread stuff. That's sick. All right. Because I always use... Does fire do spread as well? Because I do have a grenade launcher over there with... what's his face? Not Torres, but the other guy. And not fire, but like explosive. Why am I trying to grind? That's my question. There's no need for me to do this. Just play the game, Jared. We're playing the game. Oh, you know what? This would probably be a good time. If you guys are watching the stream and you're enjoying it, do me a favor and like it so that YouTube knows that we're here. My channel is not right now in a position to be noticed by the algorithm, so I need all the help I can get. If you'd be so kind. No way, 3 targets? Fuck. Go ahead, do it. I knew it. I'm gonna wait. I could wait you out, fool. Okay, alright, fine. Shit, that was a lot. So I guess I'll just stay like really far away from you until it seems obvious that you're gonna... Well, I guess that's not, maybe? You're a dick. I just want you to know that. I kind of don't want to do... yeah, fuck it. Who cares? Story time. I went to a Korean Presbyterian church to socialize. Met a Korean soldier from LA with an accent so strong he sounded like borderline Latino. He was awesome. Dude, that sounds sick as fuck. I'm kind of the opposite. I'm borderline Latino, but I have no accent. I did not know Barrier was this fucking good. OP, dog. Heard Return to Silent Hill was bad. Yeah, it seems like you heard right. A lot of people are saying that shit. I don't know if I'm feeling in the mood to spend any kind of money on that. Also, you know, to be honest with you, I'm not 100% it's in theaters here in Japan. I haven't seen any advertisements on the train or anything on it, which you would kind of assume. I mean, there's non-stop advertisements for the Switch and like other movies on the train. Damn, that was quick. Oh, I probably also need to heal. How does a fan of the game mess up a story that's simply laid out? Well, Christoph Gans isn't a fan of Silent Hill is the thing. He never played it. He had somebody summarize it to him, essentially. Ah, I walked right into it, you idiot. But yeah, no, I mean, like, the story's already written. That's the thing. That's the biggest problem. It's like, you didn't even have to do... You had to do extra work to fuck it up. That's the biggest issue. Like, how the fuck do you do that? Someone gives you a story that's already really well written, and it's attached to a fan base that already has a built-in love for that story. You have to go out of your way to fuck it up. You have to do more work than what was necessary to fuck that up. It's insane. That's insane to me. But we've talked about this phenomenon on the channel before. The fact of the matter is, if like these Hollywood directors and script writers, the idea is that they could not possibly faithfully adapt a video game work into a movie, because movies in their mind are so objectively better than video games. The idea that a video game script would even be worth accurately adapting is insanity to them. They can't stand the idea of it. So every time a video game adaptation gets put on the lap of some Hollywood bigwig, it's not necessarily about, oh, we need to get more people in the theaters, because there's enough Silent Hill fans to make a good return on an investment for a movie. But they get the script on their lap and they're like, oh, it's a video game script. Obviously, I can't use this. I'll have somebody tell me their interpretation of the events of the video game, and then I'll write my interpretation of their interpretation of a video game. It's fucking terrible. Critical and Penguin Zero both thought the director knew about Silent Hill 2, but didn't know anything about it. I mean, you know, to be fair, I watched a lot of... Twin Perfect, and they went in really deep on the production and development of the movie. And then I happened to catch, there was something called the Silent Hill Experience. It was like I think it was a UMD, if I'm not mistaken. They might have had a DVD release, but it's just a bunch of Silent Hill making of content, and it focused on the making of the movie as well. And there are interviews with Christoph Gans and actors and actresses. And it's sort of like people who think they know better than the creators. Just look at The Witcher, Lord of the Rings, and Resident Evil. Exactly, dude. Resident Evil was bad. That was a bad show. And it's the worst kind of bad in the sense that it wasn't even interesting. It's like bad, but so bad it's good is one thing, or bad, but so bad that you can talk about it forever. But it was just so bad it's boring. Resident Evil was terrible. And that sucks because fucking Lance Reddick is incredible. And he's so good. And they had him acting so far outside of the range he should have been doing. And the idea of the Wesker clones was so stupid that my mind boggles at the concept of someone pitching it and then people being positive towards it. Pure insanity, dude. Ah, the TV series. Exactly. I still clearly remember when you ripped the FF7 remake a new one over that issue. Dude, I'm still fucking upset about the FF7 remake. I remember ending that video saying the Final Fantasy VII remake is a tragedy. And it really is, because they had an opportunity to remake one of the best games ever made. And instead, they tried to improve one of the best games ever made, which ensured that it would never, ever be anything but a soulless fucking shadow of itself. R.I.P. Yeah. Reddick was the man. Such an amazing voice, such an incredible presence. Gochi Shea asked me about favorite shows. Fringe, fucking amazing. I need to watch that video. It's a really old video. I wouldn't recommend it. I'm really bad at recording my voice back then. The Wire's great. Wire's incredible. Can't get better than that. Okay, so perhaps we should store some shit. I have way too many fucking medicines, dog. I'm going to get rid of everything that isn't a 3. Honestly, I don't even need the full cure. My strategy with the plus attribute items is to keep them until like late mid game, and you have armor that's worth applying it to that you're not going to change out of very often, and then slap it all on that. Let's check out our guns, by the way. The first 2 RE films are bad RE films, but they're kind of fun. Good special effects. Yeah. Yeah, they're definitely fun. They're like, you know, it's like popcorn flicks. And I obviously wanted more from a Resident Evil movie, but they did not offend me. You know what I mean? Maybe we should switch from the M9 2F to the M92. Yeah. Let's see what its base is. Do we have a tool? Oh, we don't have a tool, so we can't fuck with that. Okay, never mind. We'll be back, Wayne. All right, so let's take you. Move you. Maybe we keep the M9 for when we do get a tool. Yeah. Okay. Nemesis was a schlub named Mad who got scratched by a liquor. Get the fuck out of here. There's a texture mod for Parasite. Really? Dude, let me look this up. That'd be fun to include in a video. I don't think I would like a texture mod for this game because I enjoy the way it looks stock, but it'd be fun to talk about. Parasite Eve HD. Oh, these must be like HD upscales, I imagine, right? Ugh, they got a nasty CRT filter over it, though. Ew. Okay. Interesting. All right. I'm going to leave this tab open because that will be fun for a future video, I think. Loving FF7R kind of hinges on if you like the other FF7 compilation shit, and then you have to basically be forced to
Hey
accept
Jared San,
FF7.
thanks for the awesome retrospectives. Chinamini, Atarashi, Fatal Frame Rai. Akaichou no remake wa haishin yote desu ka?
予定ですか。まだプレイしなかった。Wait, is it out yet? このリメイクは I don't know. Wait, is it out? Let's see. First off, thank you so much for the $20. 20ドルありがとうございました。本当に。Fatal Frame 2 Remake. Is it out? Oh, it's still pre-purchase. Yeah, so I do want to play it. Yeah.
Mayu.
Definitely, I will play it. Honestly, Jason Momoa makes sense as Lobo for sure. But I don't trust modern day DC to make a... So what's Chinami ni Atarashi Fatal Fury? Chinami no imi wa nan desu ka? Chinami. Ah, okay. By the way, incidentally. Okay. のリメイク。この漢字は本当に難しいですね。Here, I want to translate that specifically, just so I don't feel like a dummy. Sorry, we turned this into a learning Japanese stream. I see what you're saying. Okay, there is, yeah. Okay, I got you. It took a long time, but now I understand. If then statement. Fucking 日本語は上手ね。Oh, Haishin is like streaming. Okay. 本当に配信したい. I need to get there. Thank you very much, man. I know, honestly, from now on, anytime you want to drop some Japanese on me, do it in the chat. I need the fucking practice without a doubt. So feel fucking free. Haishin is stream. Interesting. I never heard that, but that's kind of like a specialty word, so that makes sense. Haishin. Can I? Oh. Okay, so I can still grind here then, Belkito. Hell yeah. I'd rather an HD upscale than a full fan insulting remake. Yeah, I mean, that's fair for sure. And to be fair, like, I think it's cool that there's a upscale texture pack for Parasite Eve. It's just not for me. Can I not use you? Okay, what the fuck? All right, I think the rest of the stream is going to be me grinding for junk now. Your Japanese is good for a Caucasian male? Thank you. I get that a lot. Oh, you're talking about FF7, I see. Yeah, there's some interesting texture packs that sort of keep the chibi style of FF7, but make the models a little more, or the textures a little more detailed, which is nice. My Japanese is bad for a man whiter than mayonnaise. To be fair, my Japanese is pretty horrible too. Let's see. Let me try this out. 日本語で。日本語のスクールを来た時、毎日日本語を勉強しましたからけど、最近勉強しない。多分本当に仕事があるから。でももっと漢字を読むこと。Fuck, how do you say, how do you use dekimasu with like to want? できるしたい? Yeah, recently I haven't been studying. I haven't been studying at all. 全然しなかった。けどもっと漢字の勉強することをしたい。How about that? できない。Yeah, well, no, I didn't want, I wanted to use like shitai, like to want, to do, but with dekiru. Dekitai? Is it that simple? Damn it, I'm stupid. I didn't even know how to fucking conjugate that. Oh, the club that steals. You get that in the sewers, don't you, Belkito? I mean, I'd be fine with running around here for just a quick second, so no big deal. Saikin たくさん日本人の友達がいますから、日本語の話しこともっと上手になりました。でも漢字を読むことがなんだっけ日本語に to go down なんといい上げのな上げ下げ Fuck, I forget it. Damn, I'm really bad at this. Have I played Dispatch yet? No, I haven't even heard of it. Oh, it's easier to steal from the crows and escape the battle. Yeah, there's tons of them in the sewers. That should be a good place to farm. By the way, I can't speak English either if it makes you feel any better, because I've been using eto way too much. Japanese is the hardest language to learn and write. I feel like... Wait, are you trying to say... Fuck, I don't know that kanji. Naru. Hold on. Let me... Warui naru. Aha, yes. Warui narimashita. It's a little embarrassing. Warui, thank you. That's how bad it's gotten. I can't even read Warui. I think, like, my kanji reading has seriously downgraded to the point where there's a lot of kanji that I can understand the reading, that I can understand the meaning of, but I don't know how to say, if that makes any sense. Mizu to udon kudasai. Water and udon? It's a good order. 私の一番好きな日本の食べ物はカレーうどんと思う。うどんの麺とカレーのうまみ一緒にはすごい。本当に美味しい。I'm just saying there's so much I can understand but can't pronounce. Yeah, exactly. It's interesting to see, like, it's such a interesting place to be where you're on the bus reading advertisements or something and you know what it's saying, but you can't necessarily say in Japanese what it's saying. It's so, like, you could translate it but you can't say it. It's such a strange phenomenon with like pictographs and stuff. Am I using the Tink 4K? Yeah, we're having HDMI out of the PS1 via the PSHD, I think it's called. The HDMI mod, the digital out mod. And it's going into the Tink 4K. I think right now I have the... Hold on, I think I can check my settings for the HDMI mod. Let me see. There we go. I forget what resolution I have it set to. Oh, it's in direct mode. That's why. Okay, so yeah, it's outputting pure 240p into the Tink 4K. You can't understand the meaning? Yeah, well, like, no, I can. So it's like when you see kanji, you understand what the kanji means, but you don't know how to say it in Japanese is like what I'm talking about. It's a very strange phenomenon. Good point about so that is the that's the opposite of jozu. Is that heta? Heta ni naru? Tell me I read that right at the very least. Heta, right? Because that is also accurate. Hey, look at me. You boy over here reading some kanji. No big deal. No big deal. First one of the day. We're doing pretty good on junk just in this one section right here. I think we'll be all right. While I watch you stream, I rehacked my PSP Go. Dude, hell yes. So I have a PlayStation TV, which is basically just a Vita. And man, playing old PSP games on this thing, dude, fucking heaven. Doesn't get any better than that. Okay, I was wondering why it looks so good. I'm just using Mike's VGA SCART cable with the 5X, not nearly this crisp. You know, honestly, though, it is... there's nothing wrong with a 5X and a SCART cable. Like, there's a noticeable amount of sharpness, but if you weren't looking at this picture, you certainly wouldn't look at the Tink 5X with SCART out and go like, oh, it's blurry or anything. I think for most people on planet Earth, the Tink 5X is fucking perfect as an upscaler. Like, the 4K is probably unnecessary for most people, especially because it is so expensive. But if you are looking to pay a premium for like the best of the best, it's fucking unbeatable. But it's so hard to compete with the Tink 5X. The Tink 5X is so good. Hajimemashite, watashi... Watashi, first off, you probably would... I don't know. What is this? This is like... Yoru? Yoroshiku desu? Watashi... Hold on, is that what you're trying to say? Let me see. I can't read the kanji, so I don't know. Kareku. Kareku. Oh. I'm him? Okay, yoroshiku onegai shimasu. This is about the best I could do in terms of conversation. Oh, Karlek. Oh, I see. Okay, so Karlek. Nihongo de kore wa katakana de kaite. Yeah, okay, so karleku got translated into kanji as kare. Kareku. Yeah, probably supposed to be katakana, exactly. Watashi wa jaru to yoroshiku onegai shimasu. I am him. Yeah, that's what I thought it was saying. I saw Kare and I was like, it's like I'm he. These motherfuckers must have forgot I'm him. Yeah, Windows autocorrect in Japanese will give you like a bunch of stuff before katakana, unless it's a really obvious word with katakana usage. I am him. Yes. You weren't wrong. My favorite Japanese samurai is the one who taunted his foes and made a sword out of his own ore and killed him. That's me, dude. That's a famous story about me. Is there room to do a fourth Parasite Eve game, Jared? Or do you think Third Birthday killed all the... Well, it's not just what Third Birthday did, because I think it would be really easy with Third Birthday being a portable title to ignore its existence, but they don't have the rights to this story anymore. The only thing they have the rights to are the characters they created under this umbrella. So Aya and Maida, Daniel and stuff like that. But they can't do anything with the story of mitochondria, with Eve, or any of that. Miyamoto Musashi, that's who that was? Word. Lazy Space Bear says, first time catching the stream, didn't know you streamed. Hell yeah, just here on YouTube, I take it. Enjoying the videos over the years. Thank you very much. Yeah, we're going to try to do this now twice a week for as long as humanly possible, and we'll see how it goes. I appreciate the love, though. Hell yeah. I'm happy there are people out there getting into my videos, because I can't stand watching them anymore. I get so, like, I cringe out so hard on the way that I used to record my voice and the way that I used to speak. It was very unnatural for me. So when I go back and listen to it, it's very obvious that it's just gross. It's up to Nomura entirely to ever bring back Parasite Eve and build those bridges again. No, but I think the estate that owns the rights to the Parasite Eve story, though, won't... I don't think Square will be able to buy them out. And even if they do, I don't think there's enough of a financial interest for Square to put a lot of money on the line for an IP that they don't own and a series that has traditionally performed increasingly poorly with every entry. You know what I mean? If it helps, I marathoned a ton of your videos recently. Honestly, it does. Every single bit helps. Every tiny fucking fraction of a view 100% helps. Like, for the longest time, I did not need Patreon. And I was like blown away when it was at like $200 a month. I'm like, wow, this is incredible, because ad revenue was so good. So, the value of someone just watching a video, depending on the video, depending on the watch time, can be, more than someone even signing up to the Patreon or the YouTube members or stuff like that. That stuff really does help. So anytime I try to say this to people as much as possible, because there's often people who are like, oh, I feel bad I can't contribute. And it's like, dude, do not feel bad. That is certainly not something to feel bad about. But also, just watching a video, liking it, in terms of what that could do for me in the algorithm, it's like you are doing your part still by just watching videos, liking them, maybe commenting or whatever. That stuff bumps me up in the algorithm and makes me viewable to a lot more people. And maybe some of those people that I become viewable towards, they end up becoming a member or a Patreon subscriber, whatever it is. You know what I mean? So it's like there's a tangible benefit coming straight from just liking, subscribing, watching, commenting, stuff like that. I never looked deep into this series past the first game. What do people genuinely think about the second? It's a little split. I would say personally, think about it this way. If the first game is like sort of survival horror-esque theming tied around a turn-based RPG, the second game is RPG theming tied around a survival horror video game. I think it's really cool. It's a really enjoyable game, but it's clunky mechanically speaking. It can be hard to get used to, and the controls and combat operate in a way that I think is counterintuitive, but definitely something you could get used to, and it's worth it because it's a really interesting playthrough. And it sort of it rewards grinding, which is really cool because you don't have to, but it really rewards you for it. Right now, I'm averaging $180 a month on my own ad. Dude, hell yeah. There's some months where I get like $700. Dude, fuck yes. Hell yes, man. Get that fucking AdSense. That's great though. Honestly, it's so cool that people are able to express themselves. Because it's like, listen, YouTube as a platform, awful. It's so bad in terms of how it's ran and the way they keep demolishing it. It's bad stuff. It's not good. It's very fucked up. But in terms of giving people a platform where they can express themselves creatively and profit from it, that's fucking incredible, man. That's so cool. I get like 100 every few months, pays my car registration, which is nice. Yeah, it took a while for me to start. I mean, if you think about it like this, I've had this channel for like 11 years or 12 years, and it became profitable like 5 years ago. Profitable in the sense where it could like full-time income like 5 years ago. I was making money before then, but sometimes it would be like, you know, like $700 a month, which is amazing, but it's not enough to like quit your job. But in terms of like when you get off of work, giving you a creative outlet to look forward to, and then that creative outlet also can potentially bring in some kind of monetary return. I mean, fucking hell, man, you can't ask for more than that. That's amazing. To be fair, I went from 1 to 2 videos a week to like 1 every 2 months, but finally I'm mentally back into it. Honestly, that's the same thing that happened to me. I fell off really hard with consistency, and I think that's one of the contributing factors to why YouTube hates me so bad right now. Kind of like you, Karlik, though. My brain just wasn't in it. I was fucked up. I was in a fog. I was all depressed and stuff, and I just really wasn't feeling it anymore. And instead of like forcing myself to do it because it's a job, I decided it's like, no, I'm gonna, you know, if I don't want to make a video, I don't want to do it. Because the whole point of this job was for it to never become a job. It was for it to always be a creative outlet first and a paycheck second. So when I sort of, when I was fucked up in my head and I was kind of walking around in a fog and not feeling stuff very well, I didn't want to force myself to work because, which by the way is very fucking selfish and like stupid, and I don't recommend acting like this. But I sort of am a person who sets goals specifically. I hold myself to a very high standard in terms of the goals that I set for myself. And if I like say something out loud, it's something that I tend to want to stay true to. So I wanted to be that. And I looked at it as sort of like a stoic act of me not doing any work at all. But yeah, I didn't want to work if I didn't feel like working on the project. And there were times where I would start writing a script. I'd be 2 hours in. I'd be like, I don't want to do this anymore. And I didn't want my work to come across as something that I forced myself to do. And I wanted it to be very obvious that it was a labor of love. You know what I mean? I upload to YouTube every day. I get nothing for it. I still do it. Yeah, it's honestly, it's a great fucking outlet, man. It's an awesome way for people to cement their thoughts into some kind of a conscious idea. And it's my belief that, okay, I guess I'm just not ever coming in here. It's my belief that speaking things out loud and letting ideas, instead of letting ideas ruminate, you parse it through your speech center. And in doing so, it becomes a much more concrete concept. And then you're able to sort of work with it a bit more and see any potential flaws in it. Because when you're just thinking about something, it's so fucking easy to just... Wait, why am I not being able to go into the museum? I'm fucking pissed off. I show all my gameplays, and my mom loves to watch the co-ops we do together. My mom is a supporter of mine on Patreon. And as soon as I started streaming the day before yesterday, she was commenting on it, and it's pretty adorable. As long as they don't copyright strike, you're okay. Yeah, see, that's the thing. That's why I can't do movie reviews anymore. They're so reliably copyright struck. I could have swore he told me to go into the fucking museum. Am I crazy? I should probably start actually paying attention to what I'm doing, I imagine. I always wanted to get into doing videos on classic games. I love it. Just seems like a saturated genre, and it discourages me. I would recommend I would recommend doing YouTube with the expectation that you would develop a really interesting and fun skill, and not necessarily that like you would get popular. Don't be discouraged by it being a saturated market, because it is for sure. But I think maybe your goal should be to like develop things like script writing. You could really improve your ability to express yourself. You could improve your vocabulary greatly. It's helped me a lot in that sense. And in the process of doing research for videos, you might learn a different skill set altogether. I think if you look at it like that way, it's like so worth it. You know what I mean? Oh, wait, I was supposed to go see him in the precinct, Jared, you idiot. I'm stupid. I guarantee you the Parasite Eve video I'm making will be 100% different from the one Jared's making. That's what makes content so amazing. I remember when Grimbeard put out a Parasite Eve video. I was so excited because he makes such good content, but then I was also like scared because he tends to be really critical, and I'm like, don't, please, never say anything bad about my baby. But yeah, that's the best part about it is you can watch two videos from two different content creators, and you might as well have, like, about the same game, but it may as well have been about two totally different games in terms of how they interpreted it or what it meant to them or how valuable it was emotionally. Parasite Eve is one of those games that I think everybody has like an emotional connection to it, and because of that, it's really easy to make a video on it and have something completely different to say than everybody else. I love Boulder Punch. He's a nice guy. That guy's cool as fuck. He's consistent as hell too. I gotta fucking applaud him for that. He's got videos coming out all the time. Like, he stays on a schedule. He's grinding. There he is. That's what I was supposed to do. I'm an idiot. And I forgot to come here during the fucking... when Eve's Monsters overtook it. Yeah, Daniel, please walk in as slow as possible. Yo, we used to go to shows together. Destroy, dude, fucking destroy it all. Hell yes. Fuck yeah, none of your business. Where are you from? South Florida, obviously, but like Orlando, Tampa. You still got that straight edge Letterman jacket? No, I don't, and I fucking hate that I don't. I lost it when I moved into the house before the one I live in now, and God, that was the coolest fucking jacket I ever owned in my life, dude. Fucking miss that shit. West Palm Beach, dude. Hell yes, dude. I'm so happy people know about Destroy It All. I made one last year, and I think volume 13. And honestly, I think it's the best video I've ever made. By the way, Jared, did you see my tweet that? Oh, you got blocked by Kamiya? You seem like a cool guy, but I'll beat the goofy out of you. I mean, in his defense. Yeah, I mean, like, you gotta join the club. We're all blocked by Kamiya. Actually, I don't think I am. Let's see. What's his name on there? It's just Hideki Kamiya. Let's see. Oh, I'm gonna have to be way more specific. Hideki Kamiya. Let's see. Okay, it looks like I am not blocked. Yo. What the fuck is up? I'm the man, dude. I'm the one person. We know each other via Bootney. Oh, hell yeah. How's Bootney? I haven't seen him forever. Totally butchers his name, but books for Plan B Productions. Yeah, and he used to sing for, damn it. What was that fucking band? Bootney used to sing for that fucking band. And then they got a new lead singer. Oh, this is gonna fucking kill me. Imagine getting blocked by Kojima. Dude, he doesn't block anybody. Every Passing Dream, that's it. Every Passing Dream, dude. Hell yes. Fuck yeah, dude. That brings back memories. Dude, I'm telling you what. West Palm, South Florida, Orlando, Tampa, it's all good. Shows here in Tokyo, you would fucking shit your pants. Every weekend there's a show going on here. And there's like a solid... There's like at least 15 venues within like 45 minutes of my house. Nandrel N8E. Thank you for joining up as a channel member, man. Welcome. You get access to the Discord, and I have a video that's supposed to go live in about 3 or 4 days. If you check the community post for members, you can watch it. We fell out around 2020 when everyone went crazy around COVID and BLM. Oh shit. Yeah, that makes sense. I think a lot of like fucking friendships and shit broke up around that time. I bet. Hell yeah, dude. Do it up. Yeah, man, shows in Tokyo are fucking wild. They're so fun here. It's such a interesting scene. It's not as violent as it was in South Florida, which, you know, is a downside, but it's everybody here. It's a very tight-knit scene. It's kind of like South Florida, honestly. All of us in like Fort Myers and Naples and West Palm, you know, like we were kind of like all, everybody knew everybody. It's a lot like that. I'm supposed to do a Japan trip next year, funny enough. Well, do me a favor. Hit me up on Twitter, at Avalanche Jared, and send me a DM when you show up, because I meet up with people in Shinjuku nonstop who are traveling here. So we for sure can meet up, and I can like give you the 411 on the shows. There's some fucking sick ass bands out here, dude. Cruelty is fucking killing it. Mirrors, I got their hoodie on right now. They're sick as fuck. Advice for dealing with big emotional trauma. Dude, what's up, Evan Prince? We were just talking about hardcore and you happen to show up. Honestly, fuck, man. That's a tough one. I think what helps me a shit ton, I'm not trying to get too deep into this, but I have this like, I see life as this fucking amazing gift, right? Even though like I'm a pretty angry guy and I enjoy beating the shit out of people and going to fucking shows and potentially losing my visa and breaking my hands. But it's like, that's something that I like and I have a lot of fun doing. And it's kind of beautiful that I'm allowed to do that. So I know it sounds like a pretty fucking lame ass, like fucking thing you would see on a greeting card or something, but like being appreciative of the things. I think if you take a honest look at your life, you would find that there's more good than bad in it. And keeping that in mind, keeping that perspective helps me out a lot, I think. Oh shit, Poison the Well's new record. Yeah, they toured here, I want to say last month. They were literally here I didn't get to see him. Japan tour. Who else was here recently? Fucking Comeback Kid was here this month. Oh no, Poison the Well's playing Blood Axe this year, I think. Yeah, honestly, I'll level with you. I really don't get into Poison the Well, but they're playing with Speed, so that's dope. Are you actually in denial? I am actually in denial very, very much, dude. We are they who the fucking gods detest. I'm surprised Loyal to the Grave and Crystal Lake are still bands with pretty big followings. Dude, Loyal to the Grave's lead singer is almost 50. I was talking to him at a show last year in like December or something like that. I think he's like 48 or something wild, dude. That's crazy. He does not look like it. I think it's good advice, bro. Going through it right now. I'm going to try to keep it in perspective. Hype for the stream. Hell yeah, dude. I'm sorry to hear that, but I'll tell you one thing. I know you're already into lifting and fitness and stuff. Me personally, I find falling into skill-based hobbies definitely helps me. And knowing when to put something down helps me too. For example, like, okay, I'm into video editing and I'm editing a video and I'm in a bad headspace, right? I try to take a little mental inventory and be like, all right, I'm not feeling this. I'll stop and I'll go do something else and I'll go skate or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, just be easy on yourself and don't force yourself necessarily to do anything. That would be my advice. Although, to be fair, I am definitely not the best person to go to for this shit. I was feeling pissed off one morning and then fucking got like a quarter of Twitter on my ass because I talked shit about Mike Chi. And you know, to be fair, like I push that guy's products so much. I still love the work that he does. I wish I wouldn't have said that shit to him, but also he can kiss my fucking ass. Fuck that dude. He's a little fucking baby. He had to call his friends. Everyone liked the stream. That's good advice, actually. But no, wait, don't like the stream. Wait, what? Yo, what the fuck? The fuck out of here. I lost my other data. I mean, I didn't need it, but dude, how did I fucking do that? Can I recreate this scenario? That was, holy shit. I don't know why my heart just skipped a beat because I was like, uh-oh. I think I was smashing X before the memory card was recognized or something. Damn, dude, that fucked me up. That fucked me up hard. I can't tell if these are bans or admissions to crimes. With me, it's a little bit of both for the most part. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it quits here. I want to get to editing. I got a video that I'm very close to. I definitely could. If I wasn't streaming, I could beat this game in like 4.5, 5 hours. Yeah, everybody have a good one. Thank you so much for showing up. Evan, if you want, hit me up in DMs on Twitter if you want to talk for sure. But I appreciate you guys showing up. Thank you to anybody who super chatted or joined up as a member. Anybody who fucking from apparently the old hardcore scene in South Florida, shoot me a fucking DM. I love you guys. Thank you for chilling. Make wise choices. Don't drink and drive. And I'm on the fitness kick. I'm getting my shoulders big again. You motherfuckers need to join me. All right. Thank you so much for chilling. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.